Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Ben.
And we are from Gears and Gasoline, and Valvoline invited us down here to their powertrain testing lab in order to get a look at these two engines that both have 500,000 miles on them apiece. Valvoline has had them on their chassis dynos for the last handful of years, just turning miles and miles every single day.
Both of these engines are small little 4-cylinder, 2.3 liters. They make about 280 horsepower in some Ford Explorers.
The only difference between these two engines is that one of them was running Valvoline standard conventional oil, and the other one was using Valvoline Full Synthetic for the entire time.
We're not going to tell you which one is which, but as you watch us tear these engines down, see if you can figure out which one is running the standard conventional and which one is running the synthetic.
Let me see if I can visually identify what oil this is.
So the oil change interval for these were about 10,000 miles, which is, I believe, the service interval.
I can't tell what this is.
No?
It looks like it could be synthetic.
Yeah, that's oil.
It's oil.
So the first step is we're going to take all the accessories off the engine, which is all of the alternator, water pump, intake manifold, all the extra stuff before we actually get to the core of the engine. We got the first glimpse inside. How do you look? I think yours looks a little darker.
Like that's not oil, that's like me wiping it.
Definitely shinier on this side.
You know, I've kind of been with the project since we purchased the Explorers new in 2020. So we actually went with a cycle that's, it's kind of based off of a standard cycle. We actually modified it a little bit. It's not like just flat out cruising all the time. It's actually going down to idle and ramping up and come back down and ramping up. So it's like stop and go, like a normal person would have that experience. We ran everything exactly how Ford specified, so 10,000 mile oil drains. You know, we were sampling every 1,000 miles.
I mean, I just can't believe that this has 500,000 miles on it. I don't own a single car that has like 200,000 miles on it, and they all look worse than these.
Yeah, this has more mileage than all of my cars.
Yeah. Ben, what does your filter line look like, whatever this is?
Pretty dark in there.
Yeah, yours looks better than mine though.
Does it?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see a ton of varnish on the conventional, and I think the synthetic's gonna be pretty clean.
All right, so it is worth noting that these engines did not go 500,000 miles without issue. One of the wastegate actuators failed on one of these engines, and they both had catalytic converters fail. So that is worth noting, but I mean, 500,000 miles, I'm surprised there's not more.
Pretty much the whole test, I never referred to what oil was in which, just to kind of keep the mystery alive, even amongst everybody here at the lab. I was really mainly the only one that knew which one was which. When we were taking them apart, I guess it kind of became apparent which one was the synthetic.
You want to take off the valve cover and really see what we're working with?
Let's unseal it.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Oh, okay,
Whoa,
all right.
Okay.
There's some tarnish.
Very golden though.
But look at those cam lobes. Those look beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
That is like maroon.
Right off the bat, we're pretty confident which one is.
I think I know what's what.
We ran them at the same time, side by side, same conditions, same temperature outside, same humidity, same fuel. Everything's the same. Only difference was the oil.
You got a little more varnish, don't you? So, wear on this one's looking good. Wear on this one, yeah, it looks good. Wear looks good, but the varnish is significantly worse. Yeah.
So what is like a downside of varnish? Like why do I care that it's red as opposed to like closer to OEM color?
Well, it can actually insulate your parts, make them run hotter and whatnot.
So it's building up like a coating basically.
Yeah.
Cause things to stick.
Can that clog up?
Your buckets could start sticking.
And this kind of goes to like stuff gumming up. All three of these gaskets stayed on the head.
My gaskets clean off.
And yours came off all clean. Oh, that looks good.
That's not terrible.
Oh yeah.
I heard it from over here.
Yeah, actually we have some coagulation here. Again, my gasket's stuck, but like this is like buildup. That is pretty stark.
We did extend out the drains on them, but we were, sampling every 1,000 miles, so we kept that under control. It was very meticulous, checking level every 8 hours.
Ooh, looks the same as the valve cover. Wow, even the guides look good.
The conventional had more varnish on it. It started to get a little rattly at the end. It could have been, we saw that the timing chain tensioner was a little kind of stuck. Could have been better, but.
I'm noticing it's like kind of caking up right on top of the tensioner here, and it's in the tensioner too, which I'd imagine would start affecting the functionality of the tensioner. It's just, you can just see it's just caking up on top.
Call that sludge.
Sludge.
That is.
Is that the technical
It
term?
really is.
Yeah.
There's a sludge rating that you do on
Okay.
these. Yeah.
Does this all look just about what you would expect for a conventional?
At this mileage,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a mirror. Honestly, I'm so impressed. Almost every engine that I've ever taken apart looks worse than this.
Did you just pull that off?
Yeah.
I might need a little.
Are you serious? Yours is stuck?
Mine's stuck.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, Ben. I'm still holding out hope this one might be the
You
synthetic.
think? So what we're looking at is everywhere that the metal is contacting another piece of metal, because this is turning over and it's constantly rubbing on another piece of metal, but that film of oil is what's protecting it in between, and it doesn't even look like the metal has been touching.
It doesn't look like it's been touching on this side either. So we're seeing carbon buildup on the retainers and keepers of every single exhaust valve as opposed to on the synthetic engine.
You can see that there's no carbon buildup on the front valve. So we do have a little on the back side here,
It's here.
but it's
think
really
that-
only those two, and then it just gets much better.
Put you back into it.
All that varnishing is making this more difficult.
Yeah. All right, moment of
Keep
truth,
rolling.
Thorn.
All right, let's see what we got
get the
underneath
heads off.
here. Ooh, that's a little sticky. I mean, it's a lot of carbon buildup, but it's 500,000
Yeah.
miles. It's full of oil. How about that?
They look like different engines.
Wow, yeah. That's nuts. Good. That is so impressive.
Yeah, so the synthetic, it looks shockingly good for its age and mileage. Very little wear and very little varnish.
Oh, perfect.
All the bearings
stayed. Ours did too. There's a little bit right on the ring reversal here. A little touch of bore polish. But I mean, these engines had good combustion.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not crazy. So here we're evaluating the oil pans off these two engines. As you can see in the oil pans, I've made some crosses, if you will. In this oil pan over here, it wasn't removed at all. So it's a very hard deposit. And the deposits on the right, they were much softer so that they were easily removed. We're going to be rating the parts that are wiped. It's just under 4. This other oil pan here, you know, it was closer to the 8. And in this piston here, the rings are stuck in its groove. That's due to the deposits forming in there, and it's kind of pinching the rings, if you will. So this second compression ring and the oil control rings are stuck, which in any testing is an automatic fail. When you have rings like this that are cold stuck, you know, it might not be such a problem right now, but in the near future, they could turn into hot stuck rings, meaning that those rings will still be stuck in its groove while the engine's under normal operating temperatures. And when that happens, you'll start losing compression, fuel economy, and decreased power.
We did see more carbon deposits on the pistons for the conventional. They kind of manifested their way into having a total of 7 cold stuck rings, whereas the synthetic, it did still have 1 cold stuck ring, but the synthetic was significantly better.
So a big thanks to Valvoline for having us down here to check out the culmination of what has been literally years of rigorous and meticulous testing by you guys, and I would say that the results are pretty stark and speak for themselves.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm already running the Valvoline Full Synthetic at home, because I want my engine to look like this if I can make it 500,000 miles.
But yeah, this engine looks like it hasn't been run hardly at all. Like, it's so clean inside, it's crazy. Now I guess you guys can put them back together and put them back in.
I guess, let's do it.
Okay, I'm not helping with that part though.
No, yeah, we're actually gonna leave.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah?
go.